morning, everyone. I'm going to call to order the meeting of the Clinton County Alcoholic Beverage Board. Let the record reflect that it is June 3rd, 2026. It is now 11:01 a.m. I'm Officer Gillum. I work with the State Excise Police. I'll be leading this meeting. I'll have the board members introduce themselves.
Myron Cheeseman, board member. Jim Siegfried, board member. Lee Moyer, board member.
Okay. Which business are you here for, sir?
Real estate event.
Okay. Are you the owner? Okay. You're for sworn testimony, so I need you to take an oath. So if you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the answers you've given on your application or any testimony you give to questions asked by the board to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Is yes? Okay. Board members, we have renewals today, no violations for 2 businesses. We have Hornets Bar and Grill, South Pine Street, Rossville, permit number RR1236409. And then for Frankfurt Petroleum on West Kiger Street, permit number DL1233951. I'm not sure which store it is. I think it's a Marathon, but it could be a Village Pantry. Again, no violations, questions, concerns, or motions regarding those permits.
I move that we approve for renewal. Second.
Moved and seconded for approval. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Okay, next we're going to do the renewal violation for Rios Events LLC, permit number RR1240326. Do you want to come up? You can just stand here if you'd like. If you would, please tell us who you are. Your name?
Gustavo Valdez.
So it looks like you've had a violation. Have you paid that fine?
Yeah.
When did you pay it?
Like 3 weeks ago,
How much was your fine?
we paid 3,000 and something.
Nope, that's not a fine. You should have had a fine through the Alcohol Tobacco Commission for $1,000.
Oh yeah, that one we paid for like about a month ago.
Do you have anything on your phone that you could show that it's been paid? Because it's not showing up in our database, or it wasn't a couple days ago.
Oh. Yeah, let me check real quick.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna double check our database and see if it's been updated as well.
Which business were we talking?
So this one isn't actually on, this is a carryover from last month. It's not on this paper for some reason. Sorry. So this is Rios Events. This is the one I sent you the violation report for.
Yeah. 500 North Main.
Okay, yeah, it was paid, it was entered a couple days ago. Let's see how much total. You're good. Okay. So it looks like we had a number of issues on this violation. One was that you were operating on an expired permit. The permit expired in January and you were still operating, selling alcohol about a month later. How did that happen?
Yes, well, it's expired, but I'm not put attention on the permit. Whether it's expired, so I got an event that I when the some guys come in and so they tell me we can sell any liquor because my permit
Yeah, the officers came in and said your permit was expired and you
Yeah.
cannot sell alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were selling alcohol at that point. How do you track your expiration date? So you know, because you can't buy alcohol
no.
if you have an expired permit. So something happened.
No, I don't have any events on the month. Yes, I have only the Super Bowl game. I put on the big screen TV, and that's all what I have a month. I got on February 14th event, but we canceled because the banda is coming from Mexico and he had a problem coming in, so we canceled that event.
Okay, the other and the more significant issue is the falsification of the application. Are you familiar with the charges on this one?
Yeah.
So when you fill out your application, you sign it saying that you affirm
Mhm.
under penalties for perjury that the information that you put on the application is accurate. The same way that you were sworn in at the meeting when you first got the license, and you were just sworn in again today. So it looks like on your application you've had, well, you left off, I'm sorry, we'll start over. You're using a different date of birth on your application. You were putting down a date of birth of 3/29/1982.
Right.
You filled this out yourself. That is not your date of birth though, is it?
No.
So why would you put that on your application?
I got some lady help me to fill out the application.
I will tell you, at no point in the narrative from the report does it say that you testified or explained to the officers that somebody helped you. I did not see that. But you were the one who ultimately signed off on it.
Yes, I've signed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. You also said that you have not had any convictions. You have. When you put down your date of birth being 19, you put down 1982. So when we do a records of background check on your name and that date of birth, we can't see any criminal convictions. By using a different date of birth than what your real one is, you get to hide those convictions. And you were trying to hide them, we know, because you said you didn't have any. When the officers stopped by the business, they checked your ID. That's when they found it's when they verified that you were actually born in 1988. When they took your name and ran it through our systems with that accurate date of birth, we found convictions from 2021, operating a motor vehicle without ever receiving a license. 2020, operating, never received a license. 1919, operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated, leaving the scene of a motor vehicle accident, operating, never receiving a license. And also noted then again on your renewal application, so you renew your paperwork every couple of years, you again use the false date of birth and signed off on it that it was accurate. So it's my contention that you intentionally did that so that we wouldn't know that you had these issues.
I put it on the application because before to fill it out everything, I go to the court over here, and we asking for my record, and because when I go down there and asking for my record, the ladies in the office check it out, and she say you don't have any record to show up on the
Where's your driver's license issued?
my driver license.
Do you have a driver's license or a ID card?
Yeah.
Where's it from?
Uh,
Which state?
I got my driver license for Illinois.
Yeah, we wouldn't have any record of your driving record here. They're probably checking locally. But again, at any rate,
Uh-huh.
even if they had told you that, you know very well that you had had these arrests and you
Yeah.
put down no. And again, the issue with changing your date of birth on the paperwork, by doing that, you were able to hide these. Had we known that when we first considered your application, we would have likely denied the permit. So you ended up with a violation. So let me just explain something to the board. So had we known this information when you showed up and got the permit, 2 years ago? There were a number of reasons we could have denied the application. Whether the applicant maintains a high and fine reputation in the community, no need for services at the location, neighborhood and no community doesn't desire the services. The business would have a negative impact on the neighborhood. It's within a residential district or too close to a church. The first one, the applicant does not maintain a high and fine reputation in the community. When you were first here, had we known about the convictions, we could have denied your permit based on that. But somehow you got past that. So you're coming back to us with a renewal, and we have different standards. So if we're going to deny a permit at this point, we have different standards that we have to use because this is no longer a new permit. It's a renewal of an existing license. So our three options: the local board, let's see, whether the applicant is of good moral character, whether the permit premise has become a public nuisance, and whether any criminal convictions have taken place, criminal offenses have taken place at the permit premise. So you guys understand that? Two different standards. We're using the second set for the renewal. So it'd be my contention that we could use whether the applicant is a good moral character at this point, because you did falsify the applications twice, and you have had these convictions that were hidden from our knowledge. So you can have a few minutes to try and defend this, but it doesn't look really good. Do you have anything you want to try and explain this? I mean, you filled out the application, your name was signed, that it was accurate. It was not accurate. So, board members, questions?
Can you interpret anything from, I'm hearing, but I don't always understand the,
Sure. What questions do you have?
do you have a valid driver's license today, sir?
Yes.
He went to Illinois after the fact and got one.
Oh, I see.
Are you a resident of Illinois? Where do you live?
No, I live over here in front.
So why do you have an Illinois driver's license if you live in?
Because I got some big works over there. I got family over there too, so a lot of times we stay over there.
Okay. So irrelevant, but
Yeah, that is, but I kind of wanted to know he was involved in an accident without a license, as I remember.
Yes.
Is that correct?
so three arrests. All three noted that he did not have a driver's license. He was driving without ever having received a license. The first offense, which was in 19, I believe, was operating while intoxicated, leaving the scene of an accident.
That's big.
Yeah. More significant is the falsification of the application.
Yeah,
Falsifying an application
yeah.
is a felonious offense.
Procedure of boards in its position, and the falsification probably wouldn't allow us to redo this, would it?
I mean, you can make your own decisions. We can renew it for 2 years. We can
Oh, no,
renew
I
it for,
would not redo it for 2
we can
years.
renew it for a 1-year period, or we can deny it. If we deny it, we have to cite one of those 3 reasons. So either the applicant is not of good moral character, whether the permit premise has become a public nuisance, or whether criminal offenses have taken place at the permit premise.
It is 500 North Main. I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Armory,
It's the old armory.
next to the fire department.
That is kind of a community resource for our Hispanic citizens, correct?
Yep.
I guess I'm concerned about that not being available. I would,
To be fair, that's not our concern, but
I know. The falsification, I think, is a big deal. If we were not to renew, could he reapply
in 1 year,
in 1 year? Okay. I'm going with the recommendations of, Officer Gillum, I guess, and, my other people. I always argue for local people in a 1 year, which I could vote for, but falsification of this is a big deal, I think. I don't care what occupation you're in. If you falsify your application, most often, you lose your job.
and I would also point out that the falsification, let's just say that they discovered that you were using different dates of birth. The situation would be different if there wasn't any previous arrests that were being hidden because of that. If there was nothing to be found under either date of birth, we could have written it as an error.
Clerical, whatever.
I mean, we all know our dates of birth, but putting it down wrong on multiple
A lot of
applications.
difference between 82 and 88, isn't there?
Yeah. So do you have a motion then?
Gentlemen?
I move the application for renewal,
Okay, citing which of the three reasons?
the falsification of information on the,
Okay,
both documents.
are you gonna put that under whether the applicant is of good moral character then?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, do we have a second for that?
Second.
Okay, same reasoning?
Yes.
Okay, moved and seconded for denial. All in favor, say aye.
I,
Opposed? Motion will carry. I'm citing the same reason. You as well?
okay,
Good moral character?
yeah, leaving an accident intoxicated. I don't know what you folks up there will do, but he's got a year to reapply. Is that what we're saying?
Well, yeah, first, so the permit's been denied, so it's gonna go down to the commission. They will review this. Make sure I get the right date. On the 16th of June. It's likely that they will uphold the decision, and at that point, you'll be able to enter into an appeal. If you want to add more information and try and defend this, you can. Otherwise, the permit will be made dead, and that'll be the end of it.
In our American system, in the right terms of trying to be fair, there is always a system of appeal. And the state commission, you go down there for the meeting, you can't appeal this. You didn't have a lot to say today about defending what happened, you know. And I suspect you should go back and re-examine that to explain better than we heard this morning. I wish you good luck with that, but most often the state commission goes along with us. Not always. So the American system allows an appeal. And you have an appeal, sir. I just double saying this. Jeremiah just told you, but being no government teacher, I kind of know how the system works. Do you have any questions for our officer?
Sir?
I was running late, and I was actually supposed to help him translate a little bit better and tell you why he didn't answer very well. I had another office appointment that ran late, so
Do you want to hop in here then?
if you don't mind, I could probably,
I'll just tell you right now, we've already voted to deny the permit. The meeting
I
started
did hear.
at 11 o'clock. Come on in here real quick. Okay, raise your right hand. That'd be your right hand.
All right. Either right.
I solemnly swear under the penalties for perjury that any testimony you give to questions asked by the board be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
And what is your name?
Brittany Macario,
Spell your last name.
Macario.
Are you familiar with the violations?
I read some of the documents that he gave me access to.
Okay, do you want to try and help him explain?
I can translate for what he wants to tell me, and I can tell you.
I mean, so basically there was a violation issued where he falsified applications, the initial application, the renewal application, using his name and a different date of birth. And then checking boxes that said, no, he had not had any arrests. By using the false date of birth, our system was not able to find those previous arrests. So when we actually discovered what his real date of birth was, that's when we found it. So had we known that, had he disclosed the convictions in the beginning, we wouldn't have approved the permit to start with. So he's got charges for falsifying application and, well, there was another one for operating on an expired permit. That's not of great significance.
Okay, pues, puedo explicarse. Usted no llenó la aplicación, ¿verdad? Era alguien más que Oh, he's saying that he did make it aware that he did have assistance filling out the application. He did sign the application though, but he.
And he checked off on the box. I mean, but how do you still miss your date of birth? And how do you check no to the question asking about convictions when you know very well that both were wrong?
Ahí pusimos que no, como yo vine a chequear mi récord, que la corte me
He was under the understanding that it had been expunged.
Okay, so then he's been through some sort of legal system that he could go expungement.
Well,
I'm gonna say no. I mean, that, if you're gonna have it expunged, I mean, it's an expensive process and you would have documentation for it.
pues, ¿fuiste a enviarla antes en el pasado o apenas? Oh, he's saying that he came, or, okay. He's saying that he came to the, wherever you asked for, sorry, a record or whatever, your violations or whatever, and it was clean. So he assumed that it wasn't on his record.
It's on his Illinois driver's license. He stopped at an Indiana facility, I think, trying to get that. We don't have access to that stuff.
It's on Illinois, okay. So in Sullivan, yeah.
And still, even regardless of that, he knows that they exist.
No, aquí en Indiana, ¿verdad? He's just saying that he didn't even provide his Illinois driver's license when he came to check his record here in the state of Indiana. He used his Mexican government ID and what they went off of.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to enter
But
in.
either way, I understand what you're saying. You're saying it's there either way, and he should have.
So if he wants to try and prove to the commission that he thought this was expunged with court documents, he can, but
And that's on the 16th.
he does not go on the 16th. That is that'll be a commission meeting. They'll make a decision and they will notify him.
And they
via
will
mail.
notify him.
Yep.
And give him instructions if
And
he wants to appeal.
Yep.
State will give you in writing a way of appealing. Been here a long time and I've seen an appeal. I can't remember. We are a recommending body here. We don't have the final decision. The state commission does on the 16th. So I just want to make sure you understand that. And then they will notify. Most often, we are the screeners for the state commission and make recommendations. And most often they go along with us. I said most often. I hate to use the word always.
So they're obligated to uphold our decision as long as we weren't arbitrary, capricious, or otherwise lacking discretion. So I think we've passed all three of those tests.
Yes, I think so.
So board members, I didn't hear any additional testimony in this. That's going to change my,
I'm not changing my vote.
so motion to deny or the vote to deny will stand. It'll go down to the commission. They will listen to the audio recording and make a determination from there. He is able to operate if he has anything scheduled between now and the final outcome of this.
Which is the 16th.
No, that'll be, so then he'll have, I believe it's a 15-day window to appeal if he wants to.
Okay.
Until this matter is officially settled by the commission, he may operate.
He still can operate.
He can still operate until this is settled.
Okay.
So if the commission upholds our denial on the 16th and he enters into an appeal, he can still operate.
That's the whole process.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's a
it's
process.
thing.
So, okay, so that's it.
Good luck to you.
Okay,
Pedir una extensión, de que si, como no tengo saber, ¿no?
No. Am I under the understanding, he's asking me right now, so the extension that he applied for, does that just void?
when did the extension get through? Do we know?
Hoy se vence, pero
Today it expires.
ayer pagué $200 allá en la policía.
But when I went, he's saying I went to the commission in Indy yesterday and paid a $200 fee to attempt to get an extension. Is this still valid?
Yeah, well, I don't know if one's been issued or not.
Okay.
Did they hand him one while he was there?
¿Te dieron algo?
No, solamente me dijeron que
He just applied for it?
He just applied for it and then they said he had to be present here today.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, if his current extension is expired and he doesn't have a new one, then he wouldn't be eligible. He would have to get another extension. Let me check the database, see if it's been entered. appearing before the meeting shouldn't be a prerequisite to getting an extension. So there may be more to that.
I understand. I'm not familiar with this.
I understand.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, I don't see any new extensions issued. So currently he's without an extension, so I guess he needs to make sure that other one goes through. If he wants it, I will let the processor know that he was in attendance at this meeting. I don't know if that changes anything, but
Okay, so as of right this moment, he's not,
yeah, there's,
no alcohol sales.
Yeah.
Okay.
does he have an email address?
Yes,
What is it?
JRH framing 1988 @gmail.com.
DRH framing 1988 at Gmail. Okay, board members, while I'm finishing this up, I'll make a motion that we adjourn unless you have something.
Second?
Move the second for adjournment. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
All right.
Meeting is adjourned.